Welcome, football fans, to the birthplace of America, the city of brotherly love. The place where you'll find the best cheesesteak made in this country and some of the best football played inside of Lincoln Financial Field. Glad you could join us, football fans, as we get ready for kickoff. It's Kate, Scott, and Brock Hewitt up in the booth. And Brock, I want you to take us back down to the field. When you were a player, what are these moments like just before the game begins and you take the field for the first time?
Well, you wish you could hit fast forward. You wish you could just get to this, right? Because you are so ready to go. You've done all your work over the course of the week. And I think this is where it is a little different than maybe my era a couple of decades ago. These guys visualize. These guys self-talk. There is so much mental work being done. They've already played this game in their mind in many ways, and they're just ready to go.
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Man in motion here. On 1st down, they'll run. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on 1st down. You just want some yards to set up an easier 2nd down play. They will take that execution every time.
Hey, Right.
1st down, and they go right back to him. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
Here we go.
Putting a receiver in motion.
Right.
Another carry for it. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. Give him 2 on the run. That's going to set him up with 3rd and 4.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
He has the first over the middle. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd down. It's a money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
Right.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And tough sledding for him. Only room to get it to the 30. Working quickly here.
Right.
They give it to him again. And a bit of deja vu as they stop him at the line once again.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate's training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
Here we go.
Fields on 3rd. Complete here to Bowers. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face, because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field's thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
He finds him beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Oh, I love 4th downs. It just brings out the very best. And you get to see how you handle the most pressure. And it turns out they handled it pretty darn well. And now they'll keep pushing.
Here we go, son. Right.
They'll run here on 1st down. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Here we go, son. Hey, kid.
So through 1.
Here we go, son.
Ready now for our 2nd quarter. The Eagles have the football. They have it 2nd down, well inside of field goal range.
Right.
Out of the shotgun, Fields. Smith pulls this one in along the sideline. And he's out of bounds at the 3. Oh, nearly got to the end zone there. They'll have first and goal to go now after they gained 18 on the previous play.
EQ! Set.
And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
An offensive line and that O-line coach got to look at those pictures and figure something out, because you cannot let a defensive tackle defeat your block at the point of attack, or you're going to get a negative run time after time.
Second and goal coming up from the 7.
Don't jump. Ready?
Pressure coming. It's Fields. Falls to the ground out left. Incomplete.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Here we go. Go.
On third and goal, here's Fields. And he has it in the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles get the game's first points here in the second. Eagles offense staying out there. They're going for 2.
Here we go. Tonight.
It's an end around as they try to convert. Ooh, and he can't shake the defense. They track him down in the backfield, and this 2-point attempt fails. Could have been 7 if they tried the point after, but instead, they only call on him to boot this away. Return starts from the 16. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. Jackson looking to throw right away. And his first offering of the game winds up incomplete.
Well, that's when you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Has him on the quick hitter. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. It was Tyrell Dodson with the tackle. It's the 2-minute warning now from the link. It's the Lions facing a 3rd and 9.
No, we changed it.
Out of the gun, here's Jackson. He finds Johnson. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Now the Lions calling a timeout. They're first. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting that first. Jackson's going to throw again. Finds Laporta. It's a huge pickup on the play. And that gives the Lions the first.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom, connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, I love that.
And he only gets this one down to the 9. The rookie from Georgia in on that tackle. Second down now, 7 to go. They put a receiver in motion right. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
You know, when receivers have room to operate, that's a play that can totally gash a defense. The kid, when you get down here in the red zone, it becomes so much tougher because you have a whole lot less space. And in fact, you'll see defenses swarm like that one just did.
And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Eagles take over after forcing the first turnover of this ball game. Well, how quickly things can change. They were looking so good just a couple of plays ago, and suddenly, not anymore. Red zone look comes up empty with that interception.
I think the pressure got to him there, Kate. And I don't even mean all those pass rushers, although they were certainly coming too. I mean the pressure of being third down in the red zone. That's where you got to slow yourself down as a quarterback and know you've got to simply protect the football.
He's fine, Smith. And he's brought down. They're spotting this one right at the 20. Timeout taken by the offense. They're second. In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. Shotgun snap to Fields. He beams one deep right side. That's grabbed inside the 30. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. Getting on that shot, you totally flip the field.
And he's in for the touchdown. The Eagles will add to their lead at the end of the half. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
And he's into the end zone for 2. That sets him up with a 14-point lead. All right, that gets him back on track after the initial miss, Brock. Now up 14-zip following the 2-point conversion.
Even if you're just 50-50 on 2-point tries, they're still in a really good place. Up a couple touchdowns. Clearly the better team here to start it out. Time to step on that pedal a little bit more.
And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40.
When you get contributions like that from your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
Good field position for the Lions here as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Oh, this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again. And the Eagles might be able to get some points late after the interception. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading this quarterback like a book.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42.
Here we go.
Fields out of the gun. And the Lions get him. Down he goes. The Eagles decide to spend their 3rd and final timeout. Offense to the line for 2nd down.
Here we go.
Another try following the sack. Oh, he put some heat on this deep ball. Left side. He's got it deep downfield. Scores. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles get more points to end a lopsided first half. A.J. Brown, the touchdown. Point after added on by Elliott. And the Eagles stretch their lead to 21. Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. This short, fielded at the 20. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. we're looking at our final snap of the half here on first down. He's back to throw. He's throwing deep to the left side. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Eagles do not get the return all the way back. That's going to bring us to the end of our first half. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. The kick team out there for the Eagles, and this one is sent away. Returnable from the 2. And he doesn't make it far at all. They bottle up that return immediately.
Well, that's a case of either overthinking things or somehow not thinking enough on that kickoff return. You got to think the 20-yard line is worst case. Instead, the coverage team sticks it with a really long field ahead.
First and 10. Here's Jackson. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Daryl Jackson out in Seattle, they showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got second down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Lamar now from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes him back. Third down coming up.
Some guys just have to account for, especially middle linebackers. I remember Ray Lewis, Brian Urlacher, it just felt like their presence took up the entire field. In this linebacker today, we had the interception earlier, a sack right now. You've got to start figuring out a plan for him, or he will take over this game.
Here he is on third and long. They're on him again, and he goes down again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough fourth down.
I can't help but watch these games. It just hear Bink Hero in my head all the time. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. You got to finish. And so many times, Kate, we see in this league, you get a 3-score lead, right off the gas a little bit defensively, you don't...
And they pick him up again! And the Eagles have it after forcing his 4th INT of the day. Oh, man, Brock, somebody, those other leaders on that sideline, they've got to sit him down and calm him down. 3 consecutive drives now where he's thrown an interception.
Yeah, this defense is just all over him, seeing every throw, anticipating these routes before they're even run. When he's dropping back to throw, and I know this feeling, it's horrible as a quarterback. It feels like there's 20 defenders out there on this defense.
Took his shot at 6 that time. So second down coming up.
Here we go, son.
Now they'll throw out of the gun. And he has the catch. Gets both feet in. That's a touchdown. The Eagles push their lead further to start the half. Brock Bowers, the touchdown. The Eagles lined up here. They're trying for 2 once again. And he's into the end zone. That play adds a couple more to their lead. Well, he just caught them the touchdown, Brock. Defense obviously aware of him as they line up for 2. How did they lose him? How did they get it right back to him for the conversion?
Because he's that good. In moments like this, Kate, it's not even about the play, it's about the player. And when you got a player of this caliber, you find every way to get it to him. And just because he scored the touchdown doesn't mean you don't go right back to that well. I love it. can't happen. I mean, that's just something you never, ever see at this level. That's a complete failure of operation, not just by the returner, but the return team in general. And now, instead of getting into your normal offense, you got to find some way, somehow, to dig yourself out of this hole.
Now the Lions calling a timeout. They're first. As that'll leave them with just 2 to use the rest of the way.
Forward.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They send a man in motion. Backed up in the end zone. Jackson. He's looking deep once again. They connect on the deep shot. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown,
Listen, what the
Detroit.
fuck did you never play there
The
before?
Lions shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. The Lions offense looks like they're staying out there. We got a 2-point try coming up.
13.
Jackson throwing for it. And he has it in the end zone for 2, and that's going to chip away a little bit at that deficit. The Lions have it all set as they send this one downfield. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go, son. Out, let's go. Hey, can. Chip slam. Go.
Shotgun snap, they're gonna throw. He's on the move. He can run it.
Well, once a play breaks down, you're just looking for a running back. Just a little bit of room, just a little bit of air in the pocket. He found one of those 2, but the defense swarms towards him and denies him the other.
Don't jump. Ready? EQ. Tonight.
From the 32. He puts some juice on a deep throw down the middle.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
All right. Here we go. Hey, 551. Right.
Now it's Fields. That pass is complete to Kelsey. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
He finds him beyond the marker. And he'll get it up to the 44. They come through with 6 yards there, Brock, and they're rewarded with a new set of downs. On the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Another throw for Fields. Finds a seam down the middle. He does it. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles lengthen the lead at the end of the 3rd. Now the Eagles will attempt another 2-point conversion.
Here we go.
Going for 2 with the end around. Ooh, and he can't shake the defense. They track him down in the backfield, and this 2-point attempt fails. The kick team out there for the Eagles, and this one is sent away. He'll begin his return from the 11. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful return. They're out and set, 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. He's going deep. Ooh, almost a throw that cost him. Defender had it in his hands. He dropped it. It's incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
You feeling lucky? Well, do you? Well, he should, because the quarterback got away with one right there. That was an easy pick dropped by the defense.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. They've got a man in motion. Jackson trying to get on 2nd down. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock. And physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
Jackson now on 3rd. And as that one winds up incomplete, it brings us to the end. Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th.
Report!
And again, it's Jackson. Throw complete to Williams. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Again, it's Jackson to the air. Continuing to move past the 45. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that'll be 1st down, Detroit. Man in motion here. Lamar throwing again. He fires one deep down the left sideline. Looking for Sam Laporta with that one. And now they face 2nd down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Jackson yet again. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
All right, one more snap before the 2-minute warning.
Hey, report!
Jackson's gonna throw again. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. Brought in inside the 20. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. They'll come up 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. That's caught. Here comes Jameer Gibbs. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play.
That is the epitome
Tick
of staying
tock,
on
tick
schedule.
tock, tick tock, tick tock.
What opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. 3rd and short in your back pocket, you get even more aggressive and take that shot.
2nd and 3 now. Blitz coming, Lamar. Now that one's incomplete in the end zone. Tough to blame him for that drop, Ron. Even if it would have been a touchdown, that was a great effort defensively, timing that hit, keeping them from hitting the end zone.
Reaction and burst. You get in the red zone defensively, you'll hear it all the time. You cannot wait. You've got to react. And then you got to burst. And that defender does a tremendous job of breaking that pass up with contact.
It's a 6-yard gain. That sets up 1st and goal.
Every time I see one of those angle routes, I think back to my day 1 install. Rookie minicamp in the NFL. Texas. Angle route. 49ers of the 80s, they were making hay with it then, and the running back's still doing it to this day.
DC, ready?
Might be trying to power this across, Brock. They've got 3 tight ends out there. It's 1st and goal. Gibbs has nothing on that run. They stand strong and stop him at the 2.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, it did the job on 1st down. More to come.
Trying again from the 2. It's 2nd and goal. Now try Gibbs again. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Timeout taken by the offense. They're 2nd. They've held him out twice. Here we go. 3rd and goal.
180.
Gibbs. And he gets in. Touchdown.
Yeah, damn well he didn't get in
The
though.
Lions putting up points in a game decided. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. Now, this one has been a long game, no doubt. But, hey, something positive to look back on there.
But they didn't quit, Kate, and I know that sounds a little cliche at this professional level, but it really is an important thing. This one will still hurt, but they showed some execution and fire.
Putting a receiver in motion. He's throwing for it. And this is going to be caught, getting aggressive as they trail in this game, and that takes them 2 points closer.
Pointless.
Well, don't look up at the clock, everybody.
Pointless.
It's certainly not their friend.
Just
as they
quit.
get
The
set to try an
game's over.
onside kick. And the Eagles are able to recover. And that should just about do it for us here. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Wow, they're going to pass it here. He throws a bullet deep to the right side. And this won't be caught. Clock is going to stop. We've got 14 seconds to go. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Here we go.
Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Caught at the 10-yard line. And he gets in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles put up even more points in a win. It's a Devontae Smith touchdown. The Eagles lined up here. They're trying for 2 once again. Looking to throw Fields. And that one's caught. Add a couple more on to this massive, some might say insurmountable lead here in the 4th. The kick team out there for the Eagles, and this one is sent away. And that one hit the landing zone first and then into the end zone. So it's going to be a touchback out to the 20. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Go right here. Hey, Ozzy, sit up. Cut.
Blitz coming here. Jackson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it.
Why are you calling timeouts? No, the game's over.
One last play left in this
His name goes on the stat sheet for that sack, but it's the
You got your ass wiped.
They go to dime coverage to shut down any type of pass, and everybody in the secondary doing their jobs, tying up throwing lanes until they could get home to the quarterback and bring him down. That is the epitome of a coverage sack.
They send a man in motion. Trying again, following the sack. Try and push it deep downfield. And there's our last-stand image of this game. It's intercepted. That's Patrick Peterson. And the Eagles make one of their best plays at the end, coming up with the interception.
Even late in the game, that man get bagged.
So it's an Eagles win here in this one.
That boy got 5 touchdowns, 76% completion. What I'm talking about. All I gotta do is just keep winning until that little roster revolution thing drops. I don't know why I keep saying midfield pack, but when I come to open it, it's not there. We got our 95 and we got a 94. Figure out who to put the whatchamacallit on. So you got my offensive guys. I think it was just him and the tight end. Put that 95 one on. You're not there. Probably should put it on someone I'm using. I'm just saying. But it'll be alright. James Harrison was making plays for me, so I ain't got to do too much. Not right now. It would be alright. man. Just one more, baby. We go in the playoffs again.
Philadelphia is known for having some very vocal
Probably give me
fans,
some.
and nearly 70,000 of them are letting their voices be heard already. Welcome inside Lincoln Financial Field. Glad to have you all with us for another dose of NFL action. Kate Scott and Brock Heward here in the booth for you. And Brock, if the build-up to kickoff has been any indication this week, man, we're in store for a good one.
Yeah, we never have an NFL game without the two sides doing a little jawing in the days leading up to it. It's the game before the game, right? Any edge that you could create. But now, well, now it's the time.
What, did he just leave? He left, and that's 30,000 coins. Damn. Money, 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 money. Money. Well, if I get my Super Bowl again today, bro, please don't match me up with a fucking cheeser, bro. That's all I ask. I matched up with one last night. He ain't really had no defense and shit. He was just corny as fuck on offense. So I win these three. That'll be another 30,000 coins I can pocket. If I can get to that Super Bowl, man, that'd be like 500,000 coins.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
Here's the punter now, Pat McAfee, to get this one started. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. Now Hester will get a shot. And a big hit there on the opening kickoff. And that might set the tone for what could be a physical game.
When you're on the road, the last thing you want to do is make a mistake that brings the crowd into it. Now you're not just battling your opponent, you're battling yourself as well.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. Now a 2nd and 10. Now Dobbs. Hunter Henry brings it in. Through the middle of the field. And finally taken down at the 30-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 65 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch. One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in. They just got to throw this one away.
Here's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Dobbs. Into double coverage, and it's
Byron.
picked off Byron Jones. And the Eagles are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover.
Shit, Byron. start using some old school plays that I used to use.
Here we go, Scott.
Fields now to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Brown. And he'll get about 6 here before he is taken down rather rudely and abruptly. Here now, 2nd and 4.
Here we go, Scott.
To throw is Fields. Short throw caught by Bowers. And he's going to be knocked down hard at the end of that one.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Don't jump. Ready?
Out of the gun, Fields. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's good for a first down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive. They clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease, feels good about what he's doing. I think if I'm the play call, I'm reading that and continuing to let him throw the football. They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Here we go.
2nd and 10.
Tonight.
To the air again, Fields. This will be caught by Brown. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to make it 4th down. We're scoreless after 1. Now 2nd quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2.
Here we go.
They snap it to Fields. Oh, he's looking long for Witten. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well.
Here we go. Tonight.
Smith is in the end zone for an Eagle touchdown. So important in this league to capitalize on the other team's mistakes. Here they force the turnover on the opening drive, then come right down and score.
And I would add that it's important to capitalize on other teams' mistakes early. That way, you build confidence for yourself and your team. You start playing a little more freely. And you let the other guys know we're prepared to play.
It's caught. And it's 8-0. So they go with a pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts pass passing versus running on two-point conversion situational?
It is situational. You have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball to two-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
From the shotgun, here's Dobbs. He's going to float this one deep right side. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he's taken down deep in Philadelphia territory.
Come on.
Back to throw Dobbs. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Henry. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Hunter Henry, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals have cut the lead back down to 2.
Yeah, that's cool. I can make it possession even before halftime. And I get the ball back at halftime. I can make it a 3-possession win.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. For the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
That one covers 29 yards, first down.
Angel. Hey, never mind, Monday.
Back to throw, Fields. Open man, it's Jason Witten. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now Fields. He's got Brown on the out route complete. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Here we go, son. Hey, Can. Tonight.
Now it's Fields. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Brock Bowers from 3 yards out. And the Eagles will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
And that lead is now 7 with a chance to go to 8 or more if they want to get crazy here, which we don't expect. But I just know the way the game's being played with the analytics, there's going to be a lot more going for 2 in a lot of situations, isn't there?
Yeah, there's going to be. And I think their focus here, they don't want to give up anything going into the lockers on the other, and just a little bit of time left on the clock.
Yeah, they don't want to do anything to erase the good feeling they have right now by getting this late score in the half.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Here we go.
Off the play fake, here's Dobbs. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. 3rd and 19. Dobbs is throwing. Looking deep downfield. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Eagles will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where a quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half.
Here we go, son. Hey, Ken. Son,
a final shot before the break. Fields. Now, he's got a man. Complete.
Ooh, Devontae Smith.
He's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is
Thanks for jamming me.
How did they get that done?
That helped me get the separation.
That's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives.
Yo, I gotta start using him more, man. Shit, I left him on the back burner. Dude out there, clutch. Man, someone tell me get ready. Down the road, give me a little salad or something. The 30,000 beans. I'm in a good place right now, man. Go get me some lunch here and say I'm about to play one more and see what we looking like, man. Cause I'm also gonna show y'all some stuff before I dip out for a minute. Obviously, let's get those out the way first. Obviously, you know I've been liking single back, so we're gonna go with this bunch ace. The audibles are gonna be drive, counter wide, halfback slash, fake end around, and crack toss. Now with that, obviously you can come out in the end around first. Viable. I don't really fuck with the tight end angle. I have to play with it and see, but the main thing is like whatever play you're picking as your base, your go-to or whatever, you're going to have to be able to reciprocate off of it. So, for instance, like if I'm running a bunch of counters as my base, then I can go with zone split as my audible. If I go with like zone split as my audible, then I could go with the counter. So if I feel like, okay, that they're going to cover that, then I can go with the counter, which is basically the same animation, but it's going to give me an extra pull block. And it's a little secret that I use is audible shifting to flip your play instead of actually trying to flip your play. You know, like if you want to run the game a certain way, obviously you can't run counters and shit on a box like that. But it's like right here, like the drive. Now, this drive is really good if you have like elite route running abilities because there's going to be a delay. It's just like the that other stuff that I run from the single back stack where I get a quick pass off. But basically, you're going to get 2 clear outs with the 2 tight ends because they're big. They're not going to get jammed as easy. And then the other guy is just going to come untouched underneath. So just kind of wait a sec, and then he just boom. Simple and effective, right? They're not really going to be able to jam him if they play a man on him. Let's see, I don't think they're going to have a favorable matchup if they're in man against that. I'm just going to call it and see. Sometimes you'll play people like they'll run like something like this. So if they play man on it, pretty much same results. If they play zone, obviously he has red zone threat, short elite. You know, he's all over the place. So I mean, obviously that's what you want in that position. But it is a good go-to. Now, if I can get both of these guys activated in the game, I have what I like to call the crack toss. So if we get outside, obviously it's not going to run versus heavy blitz, so don't use it versus heavy blitz. So just kind of stay. See how these stack the box in 3-4, you just come out and pass. There is, like, if you want to, there is a motion that's, like, unique that you can use. You can probably run the Texas out of that or whatever. And I wouldn't even use that. I could just clear out with him. You get that Texas. Only thing is, if you run 5 routes under center, you have to get rid of the ball quick. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So just be mindful. Like, I could run the corner out of there, but I got to get rid of this ball quick. Whatever I'm doing. Not sure if I can do those motions with anything else, but obviously if you get like zone split base, you can go to counter Y. If you do like the end around lead, you can audible to crack toss. Halfback / fake in around is a good check play. Have to slow it down and see what we'll get out of it. Very slow animation to take the corner out of the play, to be honest. But it's like it's been one of my favorite check runs from this formation because I get in the red zone, like it's a slow handoff. It has to build up, but you know, most of the time people see you running this, they're going to be thinking you're running, and they're going to take their user completely out of position. You know, so you hit them with this enough, I guarantee you it'll start opening the end around up a little bit more. They'll kind of come inside and try to cramp inside to open the end around up instead of them being sitting in a zone and just having like the safety, the linebacker, and the corner on the outside, just, you know, kind of waiting off of a block shed or something. So, pretty much my little go-tos that I like. Obviously, like I said, that drive is the creme de la creme.
Here we go, tonight. Tonight.
Mix it together. It'll be pretty unstoppable with it.
Here we go, tonight.
I used to use the drive a lot too, but it's pretty good. I want to put Tank on Bowers, but in order for me to put Tank on, I got to get me another running back with Tank for free for me to juice him up a little bit more. If I put Tank on him, it's over. I'll tell you right there. But that's pretty much just going to be what I've concluded with as of late. But I'm going to go down to the store, get me a little salad. Let's see what we're working with. Oh, I'm not clicking links. But I use my credit card today. I really don't have a lot. But here's my credit card. When I come back, fellas, we're gonna finish this playoff run. And we'll kind of dive into some stuff. I'm really kind of waiting for that Divine Diablo card to drop today, so try to get some coin up. I'm at 300,000, so obviously I'll be able to make an upgrade here or there. See how it goes. All right. Appreciate y'all tuning in.